know the reason why we're
And we're
late.
live.
We're
we know
live
the reason.
now.
Oh, he wrote it already?
Oh, yes.
Got
You're
it.
talking again.
Good
I know.
morning.
Good
Wait.
afternoon.
Good day. Bye.
Good day.
The sun is shining. I have the door open, so I look like a ghost. It's all right.
I don't know how long this little discussion on UNESCO is going to last. Probably not very long before people start getting ticked off. But
Let me sum it up for you.
It's been 40 years.
So any monolith or big wonders of the world are controlled and run by these rat bastards and under the guise of preservation and climate change so they can
Which
rip
is
us off.
That was the
very interesting since
summary.
the purpose or the original purpose was to focus on rebuilding schools, schools, libraries, and museums after World War II.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
brought up after World War II, which is an important part of this little fiasco. That's why I am no UNESCO Nadia today.
So it's just another front for money laundering for the
Not for money laundering, for control.
well, that too. It's a combination.
It may have started out good, but it went bad real quick.
Very quickly. I don't think it started out good to begin with. I went a little on the esoteric route or the nefarious route, if you want to say it that way. So,
Well, of all the places that were listed, I found it more fascinating that they have control over these underground tunnels and caves.
really, I thought it was fascinating that were more ley line structures. They were all.
Well, I mean, if you would look at the positive, I got started going into the dark stuff, and I finally had to quit because I was just getting mad.
Oh.
I mean, these rat bastards have control over our Grand Canyon.
Well, not just that; they have control over our children. So, how about if we start first by what is the definition of UNESCO? How was it established? Where is it established? Do you want to go there first and then go why they're rat bastards?
Yeah.
Okay. Who would like to start off?
Well, okay. United Nations division that has a project funded by the Global Environment Facility, whatever that is. Maybe that's another rabbit hole.
Well,
is working to improve groundwater storage for 615,000 people and provide access to drinking water for 100,000 in Tanzania and Kenya. It is also creating the reconstruction of landmarks in Mosul, Iraq.
Yeah. Well, let's say UNESCO stands for United Nations Education, Science, Culture Organization. So another money laundering control. That's what I was going to do. I was going to write UNESCO, Nadia. Yeah. Well, we already know because we are awake, but a lot of people think, oh my God, if it wasn't for them, we'd lose all of this cultural stuff. It's specialized agency of the United Nations, established in 1946. Their headquarters is in Paris, France, which we know that even Benjamin Franklin did nefarious stuff in France. So you know what kind of energy is there.
The horn dog himself.
Yeah. 193 members. They have a presidency that has 4 years term. So they did that. In 2021, a total of 1,154 World Heritage Sites in 167 countries, including Stonehenge, Petra, basically what we studied. I guess we studied it to know it was important, why we studied it.
Well, that dawned on me. It was the light bulb went off, but when I started looking at all the locations and I went, we've studied all these. Now I know why.
Now we know why, yeah. It was founded mission was shaped by World War II to advance. Well, let's do this. Advance peace, sustain development, and human rights. Whose rights? Because human in Black's law book is slaves, non
slavery, the chattel.
The chattel.
Yeah.
Exactly. Italy leads the most UNESCO heritage sites. It has 60 sites.
Yeah.
So, we have to understand, why are these areas, Croatia, if you looked at Croatia's UNESCO visiting sites for these heritage sites, it's kind of weird. They have, I sent you the picture, Jen. This is a mysterious Steki medieval tombstone graveyard. Why? If you see it, can we share that? I mean, what would that be, like a national heritage graveyard for what?
There you go, okay.
It's like, okay, yeah, all right, let's move on. It's like,
Well, that's a very interesting picture.
Why does the dude have a tail, or is that another
That's exactly what I'm
appendage?
thinking.
or he's very happy to see that cross.
He was very happy. Okay.
Just putting it out there,
Yeah, he didn't lean on the hoe, he fell on it. Okay.
About over exaggeration on the ego. No, but can we? I would love if we could pull on it and see, is there something
I
underneath?
don't want to pull on that.
You can. It won't take long. But you know what, though?
be careful what you wish for.
Seek medical help, because I think that lasted more than 4 hours.
This person needs a doctor.
Yeah, it's been over 4 hours, yes.
All right, what are we asking?
Is there some energy, negative energy beneath that? Why is it so important for UNESCO to consider that a heritage site?
Okay. Instead of, like most people say, well, that's sacred ground because it's a graveyard, tombstone, whatever, they probably have some other weird, nefarious reason.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
never
I think
stopped
because
it,
of his foot long, maybe that's why they say that. Oh my God, is it a sacrificial site?
Yeah, I'm not getting good energies off of that.
Yeah, and the thing is, they did not give a full picture of it. It's only sides. So I'm curious what the other half of that was.
Wow. This is sacrificial of our pages.
That's what I got downloaded. Yeah. Okay, so that's now you guys understand what UNESCO is about. Not Nabisco, UNESCO. So we'll see.
I'd rather be the cookies.
All right. So that was something that was an important heritage site. On the board, there's 58 members, 2,000 staff workers in Paris. I don't know what NGOs are. 300 of them work with UNESCO. So I don't know if it's national. What is
So
it?
non-governmental organizations, basically slush funds.
Okay, there you go.
That's they
Majority of it.
launder money and it goes to the deep state. It's basically what Doge is cleaning out right now, but this is on a global scale.
So United Nations, we have been predicting that they're going to go bye-bye soon. So
It's my understanding that they are. That's going to be a slow process thing.
That may be the main reason why Stefanik was taken out of the UN position. But who knows? Something that they're not really telling us.
Okay, so now I'm going to go into the philosophy and purpose of why UNESCO is there. And this is, if you guys want to know, it's a website, not a website, I'm sorry, a YouTube channel, AW Resistance. So I went into the nefarious side. Parents, this is what they're teaching. Parents will have no choice, no say. All children will be under UNESCO. Mm-hmm. In 1949, UNESCO published a 10-part series for teachers. And it says families that infect the child with extreme nationalization, the schools should use means to combat the family's attitude. So whatever you taught your children, the school's job is to unteach them.
Right. They want to, this is where your programming comes in, and brainwashing them so that you become obsolete.
And this is where I come up with this name. I sent you two writings from this guy named Julian Huxley. This Huxley name came up before. I don't know why, but it did. So, indoctrination, one of the founding members of this organization is Julian Huxley, brother of they made it known, brother of Aldous Huxley and grandson of T.H. Huxley. I don't understand. I didn't do the research of who this person is, but why does this name sound so familiar?
I don't know. He's a rat bastard.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
So listen, read it. It's for reproducing. It's exactly what the agenda is now.
So the lowest strata, that would be us, the peasants.
The lowest.
We are reproducing too fast. Therefore,
We're like rabbits.
Apparently, we have the issue with the dude on the tombstone. I don't know. Therefore, they must not have too easy access to relief or hospital treatment. At least the removal of the last check on natural selection should make it too easy for children.
So this T.H. Huxley or Julian Huxley was president of the British Eugenics Society.
Yeah, let's bring up the second part of that.
Uh-huh.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is just the pure definition of rat bastards.
Yeah, it's a picture of a rat bastard.
To be produced or to survive long unemployment should be a ground for sterilization.
What was the agenda all about?
This is what they do to cattle. So we're their chattel, and this is how they control population. And since it couldn't be done, they have these certain dates that they wanted to do all of this. We know Agenda 21, and then it was 30.
And this takes jabberdoos, causing
all of this stuff when they get desperate, so they start using chemtrails, poison our water, poison our food.
Yeah, but we are like cockroaches. We are resilient.
But if you look overall, just take the United States, our population is falling in the sense that we're not reproducing like, once upon a time, 100 years ago, they would have 14 kids because they're running farms and doing things like that. So there's not a need for that. And then, of course, you have severe leftists that go, I would never bring a child into this sick world.
Yeah.
Well, they think of all kinds of sick ways to control how many. Remember the Georgia Guidestones and what their plan was.
Yeah, and also history. We're learning history lessons of this war and this war and this. Oh my God, the world is ugly. Why would you want to bring children into this?
Yeah.
There was a picture between that one and that very endowed tombstone. It's UNESCO versus the 300 NGOs.
Mm.
Very endowed tombstone. That guy was very brave.
Is endowed. Okay.
Yeah.
All I can say is just rock solid. So
I'm just saying he was impaled on his hoe. That's all I'm saying.
Sick and twisted, yes.
I was going to say something, but I'm not. It was a nice child's game to throw the little rings around it or horseshoe.
Anyway. Do you know that they're in control of all the old, if you go to the castles and things, the medieval towers?
Yes, that's something I want to see. I want to talk about. But Jen, do you have that picture, the UNESCO and the 300 NGOs? It's right between those, the Huxley and that one. I sent it. Did it go through or did not go through? Let me see.
I got it.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you can zoom it, but if you look at the picture of all of those in the heart, in that red, look at how many hearts. It wasn't hearts for children, all of that, like the Nestle and all that.
Symbolism will be their downfall. Remember, we were told that?
Yeah, but look at all the symbolisms there.
Mm-hmm.
Red across in somebody's hand.
Well, you think about every charitable illness that we use the ribbons for, whether it's breast cancer or whatever, all of those are connected. the Heart Association, UNICEF, you name it, they're all connected.
Old oak trees.
Old oak trees. Is that on
Yeah,
there?
you tie a yellow
Tie the
ribbon.
yellow ribbon around the old oak
Mhm.
tree.
I was thinking of AT&T. We're all connected. All right. So let's go to UNESCO's primary purpose is to serve the state. That's not each state. That means the state of the deep.
Yeah.
The state of the deep.
Deep.
Sounded very Native American. Individualism and free thoughts is an obstacle to this agenda. Educational curriculum in U.S. is being formulated by UNESCO indoctrination, now focused on the rejection of truth. Why do you think? Do you have a fact check? Did you fact check it? Nobody can feel your discernment. We have to make sure some other person checked it to make sure we can believe it.
We have to make sure the fact checkers are fact checked.
They're fact checkers. They sit there and they BS.
They make the rules, they make the truth, is what they're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I know what I got to tell them.
Okay.
So how many
And,
fact checkers does the fact checker check?
F off.
There you go.
All right. Now, in September 12, 2002, George W. Bush signed the U.S. back onto UNESCO after a 19-year boycott in 1984 by Ronald Reagan administration. In order for people to accept the New World Order, agenda must destroy families so people will look to the direction of the state, politically correct or diversity. So those were their agendas, to do the political correct, or we got to be have diversity, all of that stuff.
Yeah. So these Manchurian candidates all along have been chosen, and they were supposed to follow they have to follow in line with what the New World Order was, and his daddy, or Poppy Bush is the one that started with the New World Order stuff.
Yeah.
But you have to also follow the money, because look at the amount of kickbacks they get from each and every one of these NGOs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now, if we have any teachers in the live chat, I would like confirmation on this. Teachers are aware of Benjamin Bloom's taxonomy education. They have to go through this education, and it's to change the thoughts, actions, and feelings of the students, challenging the students' fixed belief. From Benjamin Bloom believed that he can change a child's belief in God to being an atheist in 1 hour. And each teacher was supposed to go through this training class. It's called the sensitivity training program. So if there are any teachers here, can we get any confirmation that you had to go through this taxonomy? Because on the video, it said multiple teachers smiled and laughed. Yes, they had to go through it. But I don't know any teachers.
I think it's going to depend on where these teachers are at, because if you look at like the majority of the teachers, what we call in the Rust Belt or the Bible Belt, they're not going to go along with that crap.
It's enforced through administrators and superintendents. They knew about this taxonomy. It may not have been said taxonomy. It could have been said sensitivity training program.
Yeah.
But they said when they addressed superintendents and administrators high up, they know about this. They're aware of it.
Yeah. Well, overall, you could sum it up into, we have to remove critical thinking from future generations. We cannot allow them to think for themselves.
Yep,
we will tell them how to walk and talk and act.
That's why we are different people here.
Well, true. Well, let's go back to Pink Floyd. It's just this UNESCO is just another brick in the wall. That's all they do. It's just, you're being imprisoned and choked to death slowly but surely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Teacher?
I wish I had that picture. Okay. Now, some of the UNESCO buildings, which was UNESCO heritage places, Turkmenistan, the door to hell. We talked about that one.
Well, they probably own that.
They did. They do.
Just say it. No, I'm saying the people that
They
run
hold
the
the keys.
UNESCO.
They go there to warm up a little.
It's their house. So
Their heart is cold, so that's fine. Yemen, there's a place and it looks like an alien planet. They said it makes Dr. Seuss books look normal in Yemen. Netherlands has mud flats. That's an interesting thing. Chile's Easter Island statues.
Mhm.
And then one that I really am interested in trying to deep dive a little, and I wish I had that picture. In Italy, in Sicily, there's a Castel del Monte. It's a very uniquely shaped castle, like octagonal.
Yeah.
And the one who designed it was King Frederick II.
Do you know why he made it as an octagon?
Go ahead, alchemy.
Because of the alchemy and the frequency that run through. Why do you think that they're trying so hard to put us in these plain square boxes and modernize and the way we live just in these boxes?
So is this King Frederick? Is he of the divine?
It's to my understanding he originally was. I don't know if he turned eventually.
Because he talked about Fibonacci codes and alchemy, and he projected. Their kitchen was spot clean because he didn't have to cook. He could manifest food from other countries to come. So I thought that was pretty amazing, and the way the octagonal, 8-sided octagonal.
Think about the old school, and I know it's been a while since we studied it, but think about all the Tartarian buildings that we studied and the shapes of them.
Yeah, like a
and
star.
the towers. Yeah, I said it. I brought it up, King. Sorry.
That's what he said. What? Talk?
Before the day's over, we'll talk about King Arthur.
Well, he was very much into King Arthur and Merlin.
I know, because I think he may have been like an old soul, but yeah, he knew all those secrets about you don't put things in and people in boxes. You make these unique shapes because of frequency and sound. And
yeah, let me see if I can send a picture of it because it is so unique. It's amazing.
Well, I wanted to touch on the medieval towers because the belfries were originally created for the people that were rebelling against the kings. And that means they were declaring their autonomy and that they didn't belong to monarchies and they're free citizens, basically. And of course, UNESCO took over all of those as well.
Bell towers, huh? Well, this I sent it to you. This building did not have bells. If I'm, if what I studied is helping me remember, right? But it's pretty interesting.
What are you laughing at, King?
I was laughing at the comment. King of Wands is in the corner again, I think. I think we need to do side bets on how many FOs Jen will say, how many Vippies Nadia will use, and how many times King crosses his arms.
Well, I mean, I can help King cross his arms faster. Yeah. Well, at least he's paying attention.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
it's true. All right.
So yeah, I sent that picture to you. So let's see what.
Let's see.
Right.
I didn't get it.
I never get it. Go back to
this one.
Oh, I was looking for shredded wheat. Okay. Nabisco.
Oh no, that's not.
Okay. Is that it?
No, that's not it. I sent another one. But what is that? Do you remember that flag? Did we see that one before?
Can we put it back up?
Is it a crest for a monarchy?
Was it Russia or was it Tartarian?
I don't remember.
33. Chow.
Oh yeah. That's right. Even part of this, the stuff, even with Frederick II, There were Masons, there were Templars, there were other groups, not
Mm.
good groups that were part of that. That was the Frederick map or flag.
Okay. I have the cookie shaped castle here. Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah,
It's a chocolate chip.
I don't know.
it's Fred striped.
The octagon.
Yeah, and look at all those little octagonal. And they said there were no bedrooms there too. It's
Just a communal room. Everybody slept in one big room.
I don't know. I mean, well, maybe they didn't need to if they can manifest them way through could that have been a Stargate?
Oh, could be.
Yeah. Can we check on that? I'm not pulling a Vippy. I'm just asking questions.
Uh-huh.
Can we check on that if that was
We'll
a Stargate?
consider that a Vippy.
Oh man, do I have to use one?
No, you don't have to use one. We'll just automatically.
There you go.
So, is this a Stargate?
Is this a Stargate?
I'm
Okay.
getting no.
It kind of reminds me of some of the forts that we studied. Star forts.
Star forts. Maybe that could be it. So fort or gate?
Star Fort, yes. Stargate, no.
Just my wording.
Not a Stargate. Wow. Full of secrets. Deep state secrets.
Okay, so it's on a ley line then, maybe a
Dual
star.
purpose. This has a couple different purposes.
Yeah, it's on the ley line.
Star fort, yes.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of a military defense.
I'm getting all Star Forts are on ley lines.
They are on ley lines, so that's why UNESCO added it to the heritage.
Well, and we know that they want control over all the ley lines.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about their overall plans, when they were talking about building their 15-minute cities, none of them lay on ley lines because they don't want you in the frequency.
Which one?
The 15-minute cities that they're wanting to create all over the world to pull in all of their chattel and keep them. None of them are on ley lines.
Well, we are right now, but we will be like a Southwest airline, free to move about the country in a
well, but I mean, these little pockets of cities that they were creating eventually to keep us herded in. You would.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the nefarious people, not
the nefarious people. Yeah.
Because what is the cities that they were trying to the good side, the light? They were trying to make cities too, freedom cities.
Yeah, but that is taking back like some of our national forests and some of these major locations that the Nabisco, UNESCO, they've taken all of them, given it back to the people because that's who pays for it and that's who it belongs to.
Yeah.
So the freedom cities will be on ley lines then, or no? Also.
Oh yeah, we're going to be scattered all over the world. But you think about all of the farmland that the nefarious have bought up; it'll be given back.
Yeah.
Nice. Look, I closed my book. I am done. Stick a fork. I'm done.
Oh, look at that. I didn't even have to cross my arms.
I can, you know.
And we have to remember that these people are one of the largest groups that push climate change, because if they can push against carbon footprint, they get more money to launder. And the excuses that they use is these big monoliths and all these beautiful wonders of the world will just disintegrate if we don't step in and preserve them and keep the peasants from touching them.
Oh, the peasants. Okay, let me ask this question here. I'm pulling a nut Vippy. This is a real Vippy. Those terracotta soldiers in China. He didn't cross his arms. He just fell forward.
He's like, I'm done.
No. Those terracotta soldiers in China.
Yeah.
It's part of the heritage.
Yeah.
Is there an energy of souls lost trapped in those terracotta pots, or what's the purpose of them having that as a ley line? I think that was a valid question. Valid.
Valet.
Well, the valet.
Valet. Valet.
To get valet.
I may not need to pull cards. Wings is showing me something interesting. He's showing me submarines. Are we sure that this is not areas? These are like exits, like entering and exiting for the deep state and hidden. These are areas that the deep state use.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, a lot of them are underground submarines. They are. But it's amazing someone spent that much time on all those terracotta soldiers. Uh-oh. He's getting valeted.
No, she says deep breathing king. Okay.
Who says deep breathing?
Joe. Okay, we're cool.
Jules, I straightened my crown. I ain't no peasant.
No.
We are not any peasant. Yep. Jojo,
So there is something about the energy of these this location. So it's strategically heavily guarded from the peasants. We're left out. It is to commemorate loss, but it's to make sure that. Okay, thank you, Wix. We peasants don't destroy their energy. There are areas where they get energy off of these.
This is the first time I did not put Do Not Disturb. I love that song though. It makes me want to dance every time. I'm like, please somebody call me.
You.
Huh?
Who keeps calling you?
That was a private number, so I have no clue.
Tell them to fuck off.
It's private.
Anyway.
It was UNESCO. They want their UNESCO back.
Whatever.
UNESCO cookies.
Well, we have pretty much summed it up.
Yeah, I'm done.
And it's just another front for all the baddies and for money laundering and control over the people. And, it's going to take a really long time to get control back over these places. We can't worry about that. That is something that we have no control over. Let God put his people in place, which he's doing now to dismantle.
Yeah, and that's it. Our spiritual journey is to not let those. I think probably the biggest problem, Jen, with you is we are in the line of the eclipse coming up tomorrow. And that causes people that still have shadow work to do. So if that triggered you, there's something of shadow work that has to be done there. The eclipse is going to be between, I think, in Central Time, 6:15 to 7:15 in the morning. The moon, it's shadow work. But we're probably going to have a cloudy day because that's what usually happens when we want to see something.
Thunderstorms, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm wondering if that's why, because of the eclipse. But guys, if anybody has been feeling agitated more, it could be because there's shadow work that still has to be brought up.
Or it could be somebody butt dialing you early in the morning.
Well, that's a trigger. Now, what's your shadow work? Shadow work is keep the phone away from you if you don't want to get called.
or not.
Turn it off.
You could be like me, and you just can't stand stupid people.
Ooh, was that directed to me? It was an accident.
No, that had nothing to do with the phone call. Just in general, like if you feel agitated recently, there's just a whole lot of stupid.
Yeah, we can't really do stupid.
I haven't throat punched anybody today. Okay.
Okay, that was the Brazilian embassy that called me. Oops.
You need to go take
Caroline,
it.
we didn't get any
No.
tornadoes here.
I was not even expecting
Got
them to
rain.
call. Well, I may have to take it, but we'll see what happens. What was I going to say? So, work on more meditation, more walking into nature, grounding yourself. Hopefully no chemtrails, but standing in the rain is also a way of grounding yourself.
Well, I can help out everybody. You're all grounded.
Ooh.
For how long?
Till Monday when we come back.
Do I have to get on the floor and start wailing around?
I don't know, but if I do, I won't be able to get back up. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot right now. It's a lot of energy. I believe we time shifted a couple times, but we got the Mars retrograde, Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, plus an eclipse. I mean, if you want to be in a bumper car, this is one of the Wenstrom, I think is Nordstrom. I forget his name, the astrologer. He said we're on a bumper car ride. So guys, just ground yourself, meditate. If
Put
you
your neck brace on.
no cootie spray and not be addressed to stupid people. So I think that's good. Or just practice the word FO.
There you go. People go, why do you say all that all the time? Because I don't care.
You know what's funny, Jen? There were a couple people on YouTube. I don't even know them. I'm not following them, but it's on my feed. There it goes. Number one. I tried my best. There was a couple of YouTubers that are talking about swearing and spirituality.
Isn't it great?
Spiritual people can swear.
You spit on me.
Good.
Jesus.
God, we didn't even say talk. Holy cow. So he just spit at me and I forgot what I just said.
You're welcome.
Oh, swearing and spirituality, that it's still okay to swear.
You damn straight it
is. Because even it's a form of release. I mean, it's a
release. And if I didn't, I probably would be stabbing people. So let me cuss, okay? All right.
That's all I wanted to
all right.
It's okay to swear.
Yeah.
You got any coffees?
I do, love.
All right. Well, why don't you go on through them then? Is Renee also on the phone?
No, not so far. I
really try not to swear. I think I go arg, which is from Charlie Brown, or wah. Wah is a big one.
Cartoon. Arg.
Okay. We start with Julesy. Are the legal papers we received for my grandson counterfeit? Did his grandfather have them altered? And if so, will our attorney discover it and rectify it? All right, let's get the Julesy deck. So one thing at a time. Are the legal papers we received for my grandson counterfeit?
Yes. Soft, yes.
It is kind of a soft yes. There's whatever they are, they're not quite legal.
Right.
We need to dig a little deeper. The Hermit, first of all, you're divinely protected. We know that this is over grandson. This is in the past. And money, because you see it's a pentacle. There's some restrictions or boundaries on this paperwork that aren't correct. So maybe not the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's like he's working on this, and it all has to do with money. Have it
more.
have an attorney look at it. Of course, you did talk about this. So let's go to the next part. I get parts of it are counterfeit. Did his grandfather have them altered? So, yeah, there's something about it that is different. I wouldn't say the whole thing, but parts. And if so, will our attorney discover it and rectify? So let's pull on that. Will the attorney be able to fix it? Yeah, that King of Cups card comes in there, and he's been known to have a poker face and trying to pull the wool over somebody's eyes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got a no on that. Not being able to fix it, or very, very soft. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, to make adjustments, but you see this guy work with them, see the scales of justice. So, man, this guy is greedy.
Yeah.
Yes.
He is leaning on his hoe, waiting for all this generational money, wealth, whatever it is.
And everybody else's hoe.
Yeah,
it's everybody else's hoe.
Okay, so point out your concerns with the Page of Swords. Mention your concerns to your lawyer so they can really go over it with a fine-tooth comb, because it's going to appear very legit, but maybe the wording's off just a little bit. Somebody just going through it too fast may not catch it.
Yeah, I would wait and see if they would catch it or not. But the second thing is, check the dates and see. Maybe you can see if he was not sound of mind, if his handwriting was changed, or
there's a lot of different ways that you can do it, but there is something off that is it, not the whole thing, but something's off. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bonita, general reading for this coming week, please and thank you. All right, Bonita.
I sense worry. One.
I sense my peanut butter jar is going to be half full.
Such a pessimist or an optimist.
I'm hungry.
Okay. So you kind of have a combination of a good reflective week. All right. First of all, time's speeding up, so it's going to go by really, really fast.
Oh, it already is. We're Friday already.
Seek your emotional happiness. This is what you're going after, inner peace. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And work on your manifestation of whatever it is that you want. This involves soul searching, some meditation, one-on-one time with the creator. Now, here's where Jen gets to be nasty and ugly again. All right.
Are you counting how many of those FOs are coming up?
There are some people in your life, the drama people, okay? They're wearing you down. These are the energy vampires that you may be dealing with. Jen has a fuck off card.
There you go. I thought it was going to be a middle finger card. Anyway, I mean, the thing is, it's the test actually of what's going on now. Can you not react like how you used to in the past and say you step in, you have your boundaries and they're not going to bother you? This is your test for these retrogrades.
Well, it's also a test and a cleanup before peanut butter, so that you're not surrounded by leeches and people that are going to be irritating you. And if you're cutting ties and burning bridges that are appropriate, then you have a little more peace of mind. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all.
That's it.
Yep.
All right. Well, go on to mine then.
Okay.
Caroline, thank you for the coffee. All right. How long is Trump going to let the deep state raise our property taxes and gas taxes? Still trying to take away our guns and ban natural gas? Or is this just fear porn?
It's a movie. We know that.
Yeah.
Just let it happen.
So everything that he's doing is stages. And I know it seems like it's creeping along and it's not getting anywhere. But if you pay attention to what he's saying and doing, he is revealing Nasara. Okay. But it just seems like it's going so slow. There is a checklist of things that have to be done in order to really kick it off.
Yeah.
And he's doing it. We were warned we are going to have pain before we have our celebration. It is going to hurt for a little while.
Yeah, and I truly, truly believe that for quite some time now that we have to. This is why our patience card kept coming up. A lot of people have to go through the suffering, almost like a Great Depression, in order to not blow their money when they get it.
It's an appreciation. You need to have appreciation for what you're about to have. Yeah,
exactly. Not an entitlement. It's to make sure you are holding on and making sure that you're not gonna go crazy when you receive that money.
Yeah. And as far as cutting off natural gas and all that, no, drill, baby, drill. I mean, that is what we're going to be doing. Gaia has an overabundance of natural resources. We're going to have access to it.
Not to mention reserves.
And so, do we have to feel the pain before we get there? Yeah. But he's only in there for 4 years. It's got to happen sometime.
All right, let's go. We're doing workout exercise. Feel the burn. Feel the burn.
No, I told y'all in the oracles, Jen don't exercise, okay?
Mentally, we do mentally. You know, they did say that my doctor said that I should be at least 20 minutes on the walking machine.
See, I'm not allowed to.
No, I sit there, but I don't just for 20 minutes. But
she doesn't walk; she just sits.
He said to be on it. I don't know if I was supposed to walk, but it's a nice way of sitting on it.
Treadmills make great places to hang your clothes. I'm just saying.
Oh, it is. It is. I have a whole wall. My mom's like, "Did you ever use the exercise?" It's right in front of my bed, and I go, "Yeah, I dry my sweaters. I hang up a blanket."
There you go.
All right, and then thank you, someone, for the coffee. And that is it for the copies. Let us go to the start. 21 to begin. We're going to have to go through this fairly fast.
Look at this.
There was a big earthquake in Thailand this morning. Was there a battle last night and cleanup was done?
Or is Gaia just pissed off?
I think Guy is pissed off because what's that thing? Every time I'm seeing like short videos of, and I'm gonna say confused young men, it's like they're showing me that this has to be cleaned up. They're using it for money, for sex slaves, whatever. And my algorithm's all messed up. I'm like, why would I be looking at young boys kind of not knowing what sexuality they have?
I get yes and yes.
It's a cleanup, and yeah, we did do some cleanup.
Yes. We're celebrating because apparently we took down a bunch of deep state. They wrapped it up. Now the world card, of course, it's global work that they're doing, but the world card always represents they finally brought an ending to something. So that's a good thing.
Hopefully White Hats will keep it closed so there's not going to be another cleanup there like a lot of places.
Yeah, they don't want to tell us exactly what it is because this is secrets. They're not going to tell us.
I'm sorry, but I have to do this because questions.
You're not sorry.
Number 2, I want to see if KOW is on board with my VIPs. May I please ask? I've seen a dream that I'm going back to Hawaii along with some of my friends who are seeing the vision of Hawaii. Do we have to go back and do another cleanup there?
In a rowboat.
Without I don't need a visa for that one.
The first time she wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
don't even-
Kilauea is erupting again.
Yeah, but I don't think it's an angry eruption unless they have to go back and do cleanup again. Which this time I want someone else to pay my flight.
Peanut butter.
I'm
farm.
getting a no.
I don't know why I'm dreaming that I was there. I was ready to dip into the hot tub, and then I had to leave. So,
So
Not
you
know what
probably
that-
have to send your son.
yeah, right.
No. Nope. You fulfilled your contract. You
Yeah.
put up the garden boundaries that it needs. You walk away knowing that you did your job.
So maybe I'm going there to be welcomed and relaxed.
Are you
next
sure that you're not going there, like in the subconscious, you're not astral projecting and you're still spiritually working there,
Yeah.
but you
Oh.
physically don't need to go? You're still spiritually going over there and working.
I am
but-
spiritually, but the dream was that I was ready to dip into the hot tub, and then I had to get up and leave, and then it was morning. So I don't know if it was me actually going there to relax this time, or if I'm going there for cleanup.
I thought you were there to relax the last time. Gee.
There was no relax.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
just
you
plan to
get-
go when we have peanut butter.
I know for sure. Or
All
it's
right.
like every place we land in, look out.
Katrina, did we change timelines temporarily to fool the baddies?
There's
I'm
a video.
pulling cards, but it's to my understanding that we're not going to change timelines anymore unless our frequency drops so low that we go back on the negative one.
No, but I just saw something yesterday that we instantly changed multiverse and timelines. It was a different scenario that happened, and they said 95% of the people did not notice it, but 5% did notice there was a change. It was pretty interesting.
I'm still waiting for the timeline and multiverse where I'm skinny. Okay, I'm just saying.
Me too. Can you imagine? You guys see us both like that would definitely be a Mandela.
It's not much of a change.
Right.
It's not full out totally flipping it, but some more boundaries were set because of the fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
In order to hold our timeline, there was a couple of adjustments. So they kind of tweaked it like a radio dial, if that makes
It
sense.
was a glitch.
Yeah, and then we go back.
Would you
to
call me?
You big glitch.
big skinny. We're looking at the skinny multiverse.
So some
little-
adjustments were made so we can keep the loving frequency. Okay. So this is why it's so important that we keep our vibration and frequency up so we can maintain our timeline.
So let me just tell Dragonfly. Fear is false evidence appearing real. If you are of the light and you know God's in control, there is no fear.
That's right. Tell it to
All right.
Go ahead, Jen. Come on. Go to number 3. Go to number 3. Come on.
F-O, F-O, F-O.
Can I do it in sign language?
there you go.
Roman, I had an interesting several-hour encounter with a duck out back last night. Had to mean something. Can you fill me in? Felt very peaceful and comforting, actually.
Like walk the duck's back, things that happened to you. Remember they kept getting the duck and the oracle?
Yeah.
Don't let things bother you. But I'll pull some cards here.
I think it was a duck without a drug dealer and looking for a quack.
Black. What?
I'm looking for a quack. Quack. You have quack. I still look Hawaiian, don't I? I forgot my lei.
Well, I guess you better go back and get it.
Oh no, a couple hours.
Roman, this little duck is sent to you. to help you distract yourself from feeling so down and yucky. Four cups
nice.
is always about a distraction. So this was a gift. But your energy is getting so much better. You're the one that pulled it in. The energy. The Nine of Pentacles is she's always able to summons these creatures. Okay, so your energy is getting better. So that's good.
So Roman, my Vippy to you is, how did it taste? Oh, I mean, Fragra. Okay.
Right. Duck sauce.
Yeah. No, yeah, you need to focus, ground yourself, and raise that frequency. A lot of people yesterday have been really down, a lot.
Discouragement seems to be the key word. Everybody's just discouraged, but we have to remember that we don't get to choose the dates that these things happen.
Yeah, but there are people that don't have these bills, and they are still emotionally short fused lately. I had quite a bit of people yesterday that was like, he's never angry. So, not sure.
Colleen, can I get a message from my divine spirit guides, please? As long as you said please, the answer is yes.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to type it, but I'm also going to say it. Roman, your comment, I want to ask you, is that of high frequency or of low frequency?
Yes.
The words are very important. So if you're going to say no money, it's not manifesting. No money is manifesting.
You're supposed to say more money, more money.
Yeah.
I got the mo money blues.
The more money. I got so much money, I don't even know what to do with it. That's what you say. It's just not with me at this moment.
Colleen, you're supposed to focus right now. You just continue to work on family emotional ties. Be very strategic with your words. Okay, so watch your words, especially with the men in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Men? Ooh.
Well, I mean, it could be husbands, fathers,
Sons.
sons.
Yeah, just boundaries, because it's coming. It's a coming.
Yeah, use your inner strength to get through. Especially if these guys, if their testosterone is triggered by these times, they can get aggressive and mean, and you can't stab them. You cannot stab them, okay?
Especially with no pants on.
All right. So this is where your patience comes in, and use your inner strength. Just,
Okay, teach her the 2 words, Jen. Teach her the 2 words.
Yeah, just learn those words. Hi, Rock.
Rock, thanks for helping us look for UNESCO. It was pretty interesting deep dive. You really educated Jen.
Rock, we studied more of the dirty rat bastards. So there you go.
And Toth wasn't even part of it.
But Dennis King did spit at us, though.
He called me names.
I got another coffee to buy someone. Thank you for the coffees. Will my son Josh start doing better mentally?
That's it. Right. Will Josh do what?
Will Josh start doing better mentally?
I'm getting a yes. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I'm getting a soft yes.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, he's still going to continue to move forward, but it's still going to take a lot of work.
Yep.
There's still a lot of depression to work through here and releasing. But it looks like his burden's going to be wrapping up. Okay.
If he's a young adult, a lot of the young adults are going through this.
Yeah, he's actually going to get ready to go through. He's feeling motivated to change.
Mhm.
So this is the King of Wands, who's really gun ho and always half out of his chair, and then the Death card always represents a transition time in his life. He's needed to go through this because he's learning more about himself, but he is going to change and do it. Let him do it. The Fool card is the base card. He's going to start a whole new journey. So new phase of his life.
It's a whole new world.
King, I have a question from Renee whenever you're ready.
Okay, go for it.
All right. It says, hi, Jen and everyone. Question, can I ask Spirit for a more uplifting message, please?
I got to know.
You have to.
You can't put in an order for uplifting messages.
Exactly. I mean,
It is what it is.
If you're asking something from the Spirit, you got to get what the Spirit gives you.
That's right. I take whatever I can get to. I have been good.
I'm sorry, Joe.
She said, I've been good, no fighting. You can't just request. I'll only take the good stuff, okay?
Yeah,
What does Wings say?
I'm saying she's like avoiding what the advices were for the last couple of times and say, just give me something else. Like, keep shaking that 8-ball.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, we don't get to pick and cherry pick what the Spirit says. Spirit's brutally honest. And if there's nothing good to say,
foretell right now. Come back later.
Spirit's brutally honest. So if you say, don't tell me anything negative, they're going to go, okay. And they won't say anything at all.
Yep. Just consider Spirit is your higher self, been there, done that, and this is what you have to hear. That's it.
Ah. Spirit's gonna crack a whip on Miss Renee.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Your happiness is based on your own, like the 8 of Swords is always about your own personal thoughts could get you out of this bind. But you have to stand up to the ego and the negativity. So you can be happy. You choose to be happy. Regardless of what's going on in your life, you have to choose to be happy. So even if it was, you would consider it negative news, turn it into a positive.
Exactly.
Okay. This is where gratitude comes in. There's some giving and receiving of money here. Something's going to get your attention and you will have victory. So if you're going to sell your house, possibly, I think you'll get a good offer. Yeah, there's something about legal documents here, Justice. So it's a good positive reading, Renee. But remember your thought process, you're in control of it. Okay, love? All right.
And you will like it.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Yeah, always on the thoughts. Always keep your brain like you didn't kill anyone yet. So that's a positive. Gratitude. Awesome.
YET yet.
Now I got another coffee from Jules. Did my ex forge the signature on the paperwork from 2016?
I want to say I hope so, because that way he will not be in charge of taking care of the money.
Had the wrong deck. Wings goes, you can shuffle it, but I'm not answering it with that deck.
Oh, it needs agenda. Jules,
fairly strong, yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that'd be funny.
Yes.
Yep.
Worked on it for a long time and hoodwinked everybody because he's the devil. It's actually one of his strengths. Wow. I think he got that he would win and no one would argue with him. Wow. I think he forgets who you are, Miss Jules.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can get other signatures from the uncle on driver's license or whatever and verify it that way too.
Yep.
Yeah. So it does confirm, Jules.
You are correct.
Then me.
Who's the name?
Caroline, question. Did my spirits around me that bring the cigarette smell get my message that I don't like that smell to change yet?
Well, have you smelled it since then? That's the key.
I don't tell my spirit to stop it. That's the only way I know when my wife is around.
Yep.
I'm just curious if Caroline's ex is still living in her house.
Yeah.
Are you
And
sure?
and that's what I got before. I got before it was like an aunt from the ex. Well, luckily it's not weed.
I don't think it's spirit. It's plural. I think it's one spirit.
Yeah.
Somebody
saying-
that you knew that, like my wife, that used to smoke a lot.
Yeah.
They got the message. There's your ace.
So now they got pipes. They got cigars.
Now they'll be smoking their doobies.
This is one individual.
Yeah.
Female?
I get mail.
Oh, you get mail?
I have female in here. The Empress.
Well, maybe it's a female and a male.
Could be.
Identifies as a male.
One that hasn't decided which one he was.
I can hear it now.
Or maybe it was both.
There is a male in here. It's the King of Wands. He's doing it.
There you go.
Go to the
So-
corner.
Get him out in the corner.
This is their way. It's kind of like King's wife. This is their way of you should know who it is. So
Yeah.
when they're coming between densities, this is how you should be able to recognize. They all have, like, when my grandfather's around, he has a cologne.
Yeah.
I smell that. My grandmother had a particular lotion. There's different things that trigger memories, and that's why you can identify in the 3D of who they are.
Yeah.
But they did get the message.
Smells don't usually last that long, though.
So are they going to go with a Cuban cigar now?
No, they're going with the pipe.
Peace pipe.
Give that divine spirit a different suggestion of how.
Yeah.
Like if you need my attention, say, allow me to smell like lavender or something that you can tolerate, or lemons or whatever. You can do that. You can request the scent that you want to recognize them with.
Or you can hit your ex.
I mean, it could be dog crap. It doesn't matter.
Vicks Vapor Rub.
There you go.
That's a Mexican spirit. All right. No, I said, Jenna, I said, if you need to get a hold of me, hit my ex.
All right. From Tyler.
Okay, what is it you want?
Moving on. Is UNESCO a branch of the WEF?
It's part of that spider web. So they're all connected. Yep.
I got the WTF, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Why the frown?
Ooh.
WTF.
Yeah. Why the
It definitely doesn't mean it in my world. Okay.
That's a good boy.
Jules, is the stuff in the air since last night nefarious? It's gross.
It's gross, not grass.
Gross.
What are you, Scottish?
It's gross, I tell you.
Stop feeding Tyler and Rich burritos, and you wouldn't have
There
them.
you go. And
She
to
said
answer
there
your
was like
question, yes, the smell of the burrito
I
was
wonder if it's
nefarious.
like chemtrail cleanup or is it from the fire cleanup? Grass plastic.
I get a fairly strong yes on nefarious.
I don't.
Don't you?
This is a cleanup for the water system and Gaia.
Wow.
It's a
Well,
neutralizer.
in other words, they're cleaning up the nefarious. So,
It is cleaning up the nefarious. So it's neutralizing what's already in Gaia. This is divine. Okay. So I guess when the chemicals are mixing or the neutralizer is hitting these hard metals or whatever, it's giving off this smell. It's temporary.
I'm human. I'm not perfect.
You're not? What?
What? When did that happen?
What?
Jen, I told you we shifted timelines.
That's what happened.
Marcy, on the side of the red hat was 4547, which is 9/11. Is this a coincidence?
A coinky dink? There is no such thing as a
No
coinky dink.
such thing as a coinky dinky.
There's
Which
no
is
such thing as coinky dinks.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's been pointed out by other white hats and truthers that yes, it does, and that's more truth that's going to come out and be revealed.
Yep.
And it's not just the nefarious of what they did that day, but for the divine of 9/11 as well.
Yeah, I thought it was like he's been president from like he's the 45th, 46th, and 47th president. That's what I thought it was. But 9/11 is a pretty good eye opener. That's pretty nice.
Tyler, is my stepmom, who is in education, a Satanist like my dad? I think they're called the Order of the Eastern Moon.
Satanist. Stepmom. Oh, okay. Is Tyler's stepmom Satanist? Ooh, big yes. Big yes.
Yes, works hand in hand contractually with your dad. Yeah, yeah, and belongs to a coven.
Yep.
Is she a big old thief and liar? Because that's what came in here. Manipulating.
Makes it look all nice and pretty. Uh-oh. I'm waiting for the FO card.
No, wings. He goes, I know you're going to say that word.
Come on. What number are we on, KOW?
Okay, so it's one of her gifts, and this is a nefarious gift, is she's a manipulating biatch to her children. I said it.
Including stepchildren or her blood children?
All
Or
pages,
all
anyone younger. Yeah. So
okay. Things are coming out in the open. Truth is coming.
Are you saying she's a dog?
Oh, sorry, Schneider. King of Wands. How many FOs did you say, Judd?
Victorious Moon. My
Schneider.
left hand has a shake the last couple months. Doesn't seem to go. Is it caused from drinking coffee, ascension, or start of light Parkinson's, or part of the neuropathy?
let's just simply say, is this good or bad? And then we'll take it from there.
There you go.
So I was wondering if it was chocolate or vanilla, but since it's not,
Strawberry.
left hand.
Strong yes on strawberry.
Okay. Put it in your right hand. Okay, it is good. Okay. So what are we gonna say that is the shake of her left hand medical?
Left hand shaking.
Left hand shaking part of medical.
Caused from drinking coffee.
Oh wait, I'm going general first. I got medical problem. Yes. There's more to it. There's a yes and a no. Okay, why?
You got a whole lot going on here, but there's a little bit of ascension going on, which is
Yeah.
good. That's the good part. But you also have problems that can be reversed, which means if you are taking in too many stimulants,
Oh.
It's triggering your nervous system.
Or medication.
Yeah, it's to get your attention. So the actual, it's not related to your hand, but the hand shaking is from, it's to get your attention that there's a deeper problem. Okay. It says in the future, please seek a doctor. Okay.
Just curious, Moon, did you change medications in the last month? Is it for medication?
Don't waste time going to the doctor, please. Ace of Wands is go fast, and so is the Chariot. So make an appointment as soon as you can.
Yeah, I really think it's medication overload, or maybe double of certain kinds of medication. You're probably actually with Ascension, you're healing probably, and the medicine's too strong for you.
Very possible. Nice night.
This week, my employer of 35 years is changing vacation pay policy. And that on January 1st, 2026, I'll need to work more hours to qualify for paid vacation. Is it time to retire? And will I financially be able to? Yes and yes. It doesn't have to be right away, but yes and yes.
Yeah, you're gonna have some tough decisions to make, but that's my RV card. You're not gonna have to worry about it. But you have a huge ace. It's time to go.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that you like some of your coworkers, and it'd be kind of hard inside to leave them. But yeah, you need to think about your future. It's not worth killing yourself in a 9-to-5 job. You're just gonna wear yourself out. It's not worth a week's paid vacation. It's just not. It's time
Just keep
to
your coworkers as friends when you retire. You know, there's no sense in just doing away with all that.
Yeah.
All right, King of Wands for wings. How many FOs does Jen use a day?
That's not nice. He says, I'm divine and I can't count that high.
Oh my God.
Colleen. The city I live in put up new cameras all over about a year or so ago. Was my city supposed to become a smart city?
15-minute city.
Yeah.
They're tracking devices, so they're not just cameras. There is technology in there for the eye scanning, all of this stuff.
Face scanning.
So, and this is where the social credit score comes in. They use these devices to be able to pick up. If you're not supposed to be traveling or go into certain stores, they can track you and immediately deploy SWAT teams to take you down and all that kind of stuff. So if you've seen this happen to your city, yes, you were meant to be a part of these 15-minute cities.
Just know you're sovereign, no fear. And it's gonna break down eventually. It's gonna collapse. It's almost like Big Brother trying to see what your people, how often people leave, come back.
Yeah.
Violetta would like to know how my weekend will go.
Very quickly.
Probably so. You manifest how well your weekend's gonna go. King,
Okay.
how do you want your weekend to go?
I don't know. I want it to go rather fast.
Would you? No, Jen does not.
The faster it goes,
Jen
the
has
closer
worked
the
like
peanut butter jar comes in.
Jenna's worked like a dog every day this week. I need a break.
So she's getting a 3-day weekend: Saturday, Sunday, right?
Speaking of work,
Something's got to happen. Jen's going to get a nap, or there's going to be a whole lot more cussing and added words. Okay.
I think she does that.
far more FOs, and Wings won't be able to count them all.
He just rolls his eyes. He doesn't care.
He gets like, oh.
You're going to have a good weekend. Try not to work too hard because that's a lot of work. You're supposed to take a break.
Thanks.
All right.
Spring cleaning.
This is about motivation. Now, Wyletta.
Honey.
Honey.
Child. Don't be letting that man be bossing you around. Why don't you do something?
Oh, let him.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, thanks, Wings. He goes, that's when justice will be served. No. It's about having balance. If you've got 3D things to do, it's fine to do it. But remember, you got to take care of yourself. Relax a little bit. It's just an equal balance, okay? But you're going to have a good weekend.
All right.
Okay, love. Almost ready.
Charlene, since Elon Musk is stepping down in May from his position at Doge, does then mean most of the disclosure of government waste has been exposed?
Now, I don't know if you guys saw the interview that he and some of the other Doge workers did. Yes, this is only a contract that lasts
90 days. That's all he can say.
No, it's more than that.
Well, I thought they said by law he can only if he's not an employee or appointed.
Yeah, it's like in an NGO position. He's only got so long, but yeah, he thinks that pretty much almost all of the Doge will be complete. And the question is, will we get to know about it?
We have so much to know. The golden age is coming.
Ooh, okay. Wow. Okay, so this is the disclosure part is a chess move. So this is going to be very strategic. All right. This is why the justice system needs cleaned up, so these people will be held accountable for what they've done. The white hats are on it. That's who's doing the strategic moves. And I kind of like this card coming in here. It's the fuck off card. Okay. So,
wait, which card is that?
That's the 8 of Cups. So, yeah, these people are going to pay. How fast? It's not fast moving. So these are not wands. It's going to be this drip drop slowly but surely, but we've got to clean up that justice system. But it does say, yes, we will be finding out and we will see the justice happen.
So it's a slow perp walk.
Pretty much, yeah. It's to expose it. And it's almost like they're going to blend in this warning to anybody else who's thinking about it or who's are done it and hasn't been exposed yet. Your time's coming.
Nice. Very nice.
Tyler,
is Nestle part of UNESCO?
I think yes.
Well, Nestle's is like a sub category. Any of the food companies, the big ones, yeah, they are, because it's all that spider web stuff, the cell system.
Yeah.
The pyramid system. Nestle's is not really, really high, but it is connected to it, yes.
Yeah.
And BlackRock.
All of it, Vanguard, it's all connected.
They're all connected.
Jojo would like to know if she has a halo.
Okay. All right. So for anybody that wants to understand halos are not real. If you want to know what a halo is, it's your enlightenment. It's your light that you give off. It is your aura. This is just a term that somebody came up with and probably like in the Renaissance. But halos aren't real. You don't have a ring of light around your head unless you carry around a ring light on your head. It's really just your enlightenment and and your aura. That's what it is.
I had to throw
So
mine away.
Yeah, and the more spiritual work you do through Christ consciousness, the bigger that
the bigger it gets, the brighter it gets.
bigger it gets.
That's why when you see Yeshua right off at the bat, you can't see him because he can allow to he has a dimmer switch. Okay. He'll turn it down so you can actually
like-
make contact with him. Yeah. Mine has this loose wire. So
When she hits enlightenment.
yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Kig.
VP is in Greenland. Great place to watch the eclipse. Just a coincidence.
You mean our 52nd state?
Was it 52nd or 53rd? Who knows?
I don't know.
Since Mexico is part of that.
He's probably wheeling and dealing is what I'm getting. Let's see.
Can we get Brazil to be the 51st so I can go without a visa?
Brazil needs cleaned up really bad.
I get nothing to do with the eclipse.
No,
Both are on the wheeling dealing part.
He's there with the military kicking people out.
I was just going to say,
taking
clean
them home.
Uh-oh. So he's going to be the king of Greenland.
No, it's just he's getting rid of the baddies who are working there and saying, "You're done. Get out." Daddy number 2's home, basically. So
There's military everywhere right now. It's amazing.
oh yeah.
Victorious Moon was watching Julie Green on his Glory yesterday. She talked out someone in the faith office is isolating T from others. Was it P, White? If so, will she be exposed and removed?
Okay, so Paula White, we need to understand Paula White is a white hat. She is not negative. She actually has an office in the White House as a divine guidance counselor. Basically, personally, Trump asked for her deliberately. Okay, she's not the bad guy. She's there to make sure the bad guys don't get to Trump, because a lot of these churches and the leaders are covens. Paula is a good person, not a bad person. That's why he gave her an office right there next to him. Okay, because he knows
where the bodies are buried.
He knows how spiritual this is and warfare that we're going through. So he picked somebody. Paula's been there since the very beginning. Yep. So she is handpicked by him. So don't let any of the rumors fool you. Okay, she's there to help expose these big mega churches and rotten pastors. Okay.
Yep. I don't know who this is.
I don't know. Pretty doggy.
Will I be able to get my Brazilian passport on time? Not get a Brazilian frown?
Now, don't wear a bikini when you go then.
Okay.
There goes the thong. Okay.
Well, if I get it, I might have to. If I do get through, I might take a thong. How's that?
I'd have to buy a wheat whacker. Will I be able to get my Brazilian passport? Didn't we go through this already?
Well, now I found out that I have to register for taxes and register for voting in order to register or renew a passport. So
okay.
Bureaucracy.
This is victory, but you need to get started. Okay. You're going to have to make some really tough decisions. But yeah, get to it. Get to the paperwork and the star card. That's hope and optimism. So make sure your mindset's right, but you'll get it done.
Row, row, row your boat.
Basically, don't let up. I mean, constantly stay on top of it. Do everything you can. And
so I'm hoping that by that time they'll stop asking for visas from Americans. That's what I was hoping. That they don't even need it. Because starting April 10th is when you will have to need a visa.
Mm.
Before this, I should have left before this, but I didn't want to stay out that long. You didn't need a visa. Now you do. So let's manifest that they get rid of the visa. How's that?
All right. Last but not least, 8-ball.
8-ball.
All right.
Bobby came by to drop off an invitation to the memorial of Yeshua's death. I invited him in to watch our show, and he left. Was Bobby not of the light?
Let's see what 8-ball says.
No. It's either no or it's on.
It's on.
I get no. He is not of the light. So, 8-ball, thank you.
You scared him.
There we go.
We scared him.
And we are right on time. Boy, what timing?
I think he kept hearing F off, and he just got scared.
Oh, well, you don't like it? Oh, all right.
I think I will say love and light to you all and just hang out until the ladies go first.
Hey, Jen, what can we talk about? Because he's going to stay on the
I have a choice.
My schedule. I'm going to finish this day out with the rest of my work, and then I'm going to hibernate for 2 days.
Ooh, or have the 3 days. Or you think? That's what you think. That's what
I want to check with Wings on that.
No, some of this is ordered by Wings because his rule. If I push it too hard, he'll make me sick.
That's true too.
So
I think we've all gone through that.
Yeah, I don't want to throw my back out. I don't want to get sick. So yeah, I will mind my P's and Q's.
And I don't want to lose my voice.
Sure your P's are above your Q's.
Okay.
All right.
Love and light, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. If you guys want to get up and watch the eclipse, but keep your emotions in check. And
my next show will be on Sunday. Same time.
Am I saying it at the wrong time?
Thank you, triangle table. Honey, we round. We all round as a barrel.
Yes, we all round.
Triangle. All right. Bye.
Bye. Love ya.
Bye. Love and light.